Lord willing, we back. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua again. Uh, Going to a couple of quick precepts, man, and basically show you, man, the witchcraft, the sorcery, and the lies that the so-called white man perpetuate. They got you people under a spell, man. All right, got you jakes under a spell. All right. Let me start off in the book of Revelation. Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and start at verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought in his angels. And the dragon is referred to Babylon, okay, the great city. Basically the Edomites, man. Alright? The nation of Edom. And it says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found in heaven anymore. Now that heaven is referred to dominion, rulership, all right? Because we're currently in the so-called rulership under the Edomites. It's their time to rule, all right? That's why that red dragon had crowns on his head. That symbolizes rulership, all right? So it says, and the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent cast out of what? Rulership. Remember, Yahushua coming back to take the crowns, all right, of the kings of the earth, according to John the Revelator. It says, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world through what? Confusion, witchcraft, and sorcery, man. All right. Like I said, starting with the education system. All right. The curriculum that they teach is adverse against what's written in the book, man. Okay. So you got science. You got through science. All right. That's how people have been deceived. All right. You have the mark of the beast. All right. Which is what? That dollar. All right. People have been deceived into receiving that mark in their right hand, meaning to love and worship money, which is the graven image. All right. Which is the main idol of today, man, in society. Okay. And they use witchcraft and sorcery to do it. All right. And confusion. And that's why the Lord refers to them as Babylon, man. Okay. So it says that deceived the whole world was cast out into the earth, meaning cast out of heaven, cast off his throne, all right, meaning taken out of rulership, man. That place of rulership, that position of power, all right. His position of power is going to be taken from him when the Lord returns, all right. So it says, and his angels was cast out with him. Okay, so now I want to get a precept. To show you through his witchcraft. I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah. To the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. And I'm going to start at the top to give you the context. It says, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. O virgin daughter of Babylon, not ancient Babylon. All right? The virgin daughter of Babylon. All right? Let's show you who that's referring to. Let's show you who that daughter is. Get a precept in the book of Lamentations. Let's go to the book of Lamentations. Salakia. And I'm gonna show you who that daughter is, man. All right, of Babylon, that virgin daughter of Babylon. Salakia. Let me that's right after Jeremiah. Book of Lamentations. I believe it's chapter 4. Chapter 4 and verse. Let's see here. Let's start at verse 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom." That's the daughter of Babylon. I'm going to prove it to you. It says, "That dwelleth in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee." All right? That same cup that everybody is drinking right now. All right? That's full of what? Deception, lies, confusion, witchcraft, and sorceries, man. Wickedness, basically. All right? That you people follow and believe in. All right? That's contrary to the word of the Lord. So it says, "Thou shalt be drunken, thou shalt make thyself naked." All right, and I'm gonna show you in the book of Isaiah that this is that Babylon is referring to Edom. Remember, it says, "Make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no longer carry thee away captives," and that's the proof that you're currently in captivity. All right, if you Israelites didn't know that, "He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." All right, and that's an example of being naked. Now let's go back to the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Isaiah chapter 47. And start back at the top. And I'm going to show you through the precepts that this Babylon is referring to Edom, the nation of Edom. All right? Who are the so-called white man. All right? The current rulers of this current earth, man. So it says, "Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, of Edom. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone, grind meal, uncover the locks." All right, that's an example of being naked. All right, just like we read in the book of Lamentations, referring to Edom, man, being naked. All right, and that's the proof. When you read the book of Genesis, the story of Adam and Eve, they wasn't literally naked, man. All right, so that means void of the truth, basically. All right, so let's read on. It says, "Take the millstones, grind the mill, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river, thy nakedness shall be uncovered." Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, meaning thy sin. Going back to the book of Lamentations, Salakia, it says, Lamentations 4:21, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall be passed through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked." All right, so that's who this Babylon is referring to, man, the nation of Edom. And that's the proof it's referring to a people and not a place, man. Okay, so reading on, it says, "Thy shame shall be seen," thy sin. All right, of all the what? Witchcraft, sorcery, and lies, man. All right, remember in the book of Corinthians, the Apostle Paul, all right, say we set up to this is spiritual warfare, and we're not fighting with literal weapons. We're fighting with the truth against what? The lies. All right, because that's what Babylon is built on, confusion. All right, so through the truth of what's written in the Bible, that's how you defeat Babylon, man. All right, from our end, the Lord will come do the physical. All right, we set up in these times right now is to bring you the truth, man. All right, remember, that's how you get pardoned, man. That's how you exemplify your love for the Lord, man, by keeping his words, man. Those pure words, all right, that he said to preserve. He gave the men of the Lord a job to preserve, all right? Because to preserve, that's a verb. That's something you have to do, all right? So we're commanded to preserve them words throughout all generations and forever. All right? And right now is a time, is a part of forever, man. Okay? So these words are still to be kept, not to be mixed, all right, with the sorcery and witchcraft that you learned in this world, man. Okay? So reading on, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. How? Through the truth. That's how Babylon confusion is going to be uncovered. All right? So it says, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. All right? So right here, all right, the prophet Isaiah is saying that the Lord is going to take vengeance against Edom. All right? That is what we're reading right here. All right? Judgment. For what? For all the wickedness, confusion, all right, and evil, all right, that Edom represents, man. Okay? He coming to take the crown off the red dragon, man. All right? That's what the Lord, all right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is coming back to do. All right? So he says to take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All right? He's not going to meet you as a man. He's coming back as that angel. All right? Apollyon as the destroyer, as Abaddon. All right? Who you think sending all these plagues on the earth that we have been experiencing in this last month, in the new year? Apollyon, Abaddon, all right, the destroyer. That's one of his titles too. All right? He's not just known as a lamb. All right? He's known as the destroyer too. All right? So let's read on. It says, as our Redeemer, all right? That's the proof. It's talk about Yahweh Shai. Because who's set up to redeem the elect, the righteous? Yahweh Shai, man. So that's the Redeemer, man. Not Malcolm X, all right? Not Clef Low Dollar, not Donald Trump, all right? The Redeemer is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, all right? Abaddon, the mighty God, Yahweh Shai, man. That's the Redeemer. All right. So he says the Lord of hosts is his name. The Lord of hosts. And for those who don't know, that word host is referring to angels, meaning his army, man. Look up that word host. All right. That's his armies, man. Okay. Those 4 horsemen that spoke about in the book of Revelation chapter 6, man. Okay. So it says, the Holy One of Israel, sit thou, he says, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, referring to the nation of Edom, to Babylon. All right. It says, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. All right. Why? Because the Lord, when he come back with that vengeance, he's coming to take the crown off the dragon, man. All right. So reading on, it says, I was wroth, meaning he was mad with his people, the Israelites, that's the Lord's people. I have polluted my inheritance. The Lord's inheritance is the Israelites, and given them into thy hand. All right, now it's all coming full circle. All right, the Israelites are in the hand of that dragon. All right, in the hands of Babylon, and that's why they under that spell. That's why Babylon is able to push that confusion. That's part of you being in his hands, man. It's not all physical, all right, like he's grabbing you up, you in his literal hand. Nah, meaning through the confusion, the witchcraft, all right, and many other counsels and sorceries, all right? Because we're going to read that as we keep reading the chapter, man. So it says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hands, all right? So not because the so-called white man, the Edomites, are better or stronger or smarter than the Israelites. It's because the Lord gave us over to him. That was part of the curses that I spoke of in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. That's one of the curses. Let me grab that right quick. That's part of the curses that the Israelites are suffering, being in the hands of Babylon, meaning confusion, man. And that's why Edom is able to put those spells on you to have you celebrating Christmas and believing in all this madness, man, that so-called Negroes believe in here in America. So this Deuteronomy chapter 28. Uh, let's see, chapter 28 and verse 68. And it says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way thereof." Salakia. Let me see. Let's verse 48. Salakia. It says, "Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies." All right, and we know who Israel's enemies are according to the book of Psalms, chapter 83, 82. We're going to read that when I finish this verse. It says, "Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee." And that's the proof that the Lord gave us into the hand of Edom. The Lord sent thy enemies against us. All right? So it says, "Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want for all things." So even in knowledge, man. If you want knowledge, you go what? To the so-called white man books and read his confusion. Or you go to his colleges or university and learn his confusion. All right? Basically learn witchcraft, man. It's sorcery. All right? Basically lies. It all boils down to lies. All right? So I read this to show you that the Lord gave us over into the hands of Edom, man. So I want to get that Psalms to show you who's the enemies, who's your enemy, man. All right? But to you wicked people out there, this truth is your enemy. But this is for the elect. Like Paul say, "I endure all things for the elect's sake." So this ain't for you unbelievers, man. I got something for y'all in a second. I'm going to read it. For all the unbelievers. But this here is for the elect. This Psalms 83. And I'm going to start at 2. Well, I'm going to start at the top. "Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace. And be not still, O power, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel." All right, that crafty counsel. That word crafty means to be subtle. All right, remember he's known as that old serpent. All right, so he's crafty. So that crafty counsel, like I said, start with the education, through the media, through entertainment, through religion, through every fashion of life, in every fashion of life, man. All right. So it says, "They have taken crafty counsel," referring to your enemies, and those that hate you. It says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people," through what? Witchcraft, sorcery, lies, and confusion, and his deception. All right? "And consulted against the hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation." And one of the ways he do that is through his witchcraft and through lies, to get you to believe a lie. Okay? Which is an act of hate. All right? Against the Heavenly Father. It's adverse and contrary to the truth. All right? The opposite of a lie is the truth. All right? That's an example of John 3 when it says, "The darkness hateth the light." All right? Meaning, those who believe in lies and teach lies, of course, is going to hate the truth. All right? So it says, "And they have come and said, Let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel," all right, "that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent." All the nations, man. All right? All the nations. And that's why you see the judgment going down. What you got? Earthquakes. You got the coronavirus. You got pestilence. You got wars going on. All right. All right. You got earthquakes going off. Every 10 minutes, man. All right. Puerto Rico just got hit with an earthquake. Okay. Turkey. All right. You got volcanoes going off in the Philippines. All right. So reading on, it says, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom. All right. So this is the Lord telling you that the Edomites are against you. All right. That's Babylon. So now let's go back. Now that we got full context on who Babylon is referring to, all right, according to Lamentations, according to the prophet Isaiah, okay, according to the Bible, man, all right. So now let's read on. It says, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance by setting those nations up over us, and have given them into thy hands. Thou didst show them no mercy. And that's why I follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth, because that's where the mercy at. All right? That's where the mercy at. Okay? Not in this world, man. It says, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. All right? And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. That's the daughter of Edom. That's what the daughter of Edom. I shall be a lady forever. Meaning, who's going to bring me down to the ground? All right, well, let's see. I want to get a precept. And show you who that lady talking about. Just like the Lord have many titles, he give the nation of Israel have different titles, such as Zion. He called them the Holy City. All right, the elect. All right, the 144,000. He got many names, titles, basically, that he used. Just like for the Lord have many titles, but his name is Yahweh Shai. All right, which means to deliver. All right, in the Hebrew, in the ancient Hebrew, the real Hebrew. Okay. So Babylon, the nation of Edom, they have many titles as well, man. Okay, so let's prove that who that lady is, man. This is Revelation 17, and basically, man, I want to start at the top, man. It's a lot of meat. So it says, and there came, I'm gonna read it fast. I'm gonna start at the top and read down to verse 5. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying to me, come hither, I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, which whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication with. And that's the kings of the earth, referring to what we read in Psalms, man. All right, they have consulted together against the Israelites, against the people of the Lord, man. All right. So this is referring to the kings have committed fornication. They and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Now that wine is referring to the philosophies, the witchcraft, the lies, the sorcery, confusion, and deception. That's how you have been made drunk. All right? So the nations, man, referring to, and one of those nations will be the Israelites. All right? So it says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, not by a UFO. All right? Not by a UFO. All right? That's another form of sorcery, man. And it's even taught by niggas with Bibles that claim to be men of the Lord. All right? Making the pure word of the Lord with the madness and confusion of Babylon, man. All right? That's taught amongst Israel as the Lord's word, as the pure word of the Lord. So it says, and I saw a woman, all right, that same woman we reading about in Isaiah 47, who the prophet Isaiah prophesied about. It says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, full of that wine, full of witchcrafts, lies, sorcery, and deception, man. Okay? So it says, and upon her forehead was written, a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Backed up by the prophet John, the apostle John. He said he is the father of lies, meaning he birthed all that, man. All right? He the one came up with gravity, the globe theory, the feminist movement, science, astrology, all kind of madness, man. We'll be here all day. All right? So that's who it's referring to. Let's see. And the proof is not talking about a place, man. That Babylon the Great is not a place. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. All right? And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. All right? Meaning, how Edom destroyed the saints, man. That's the blood of the saints. That's how that woman was drunk with the blood of the saints, man. Okay? But when you go into the history, even the Romans, all right, when you read in the scriptures, the account of Yahushua, who killed Yahushua, who actually killed? Yeah, you wicked Israelites turned them in, all right? But we know who killed them, the Romans, man, all right? And that's an example of Babylon being drunken with the blood of the saints, because Yahushua is the main saint, all right? So let's go back to the prophet Isaiah, chapter 47. Now it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither did thou remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given into pleasures. And we saw an example of that this weekend with the Super Bowl. All right? That's an example of Babylon, all right? And their pleasures, man, which you Israelites take part in. Okay? So it says that dwelleth carelessly. All right? That dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. All right? Now, let me, that's an example of pride right there, right? Let me prove to you in the book of Malachi who that's referring to again. Show you that that's the pride of Edom. According to the prophet Malachi, Malachi chapter 1, Malachi chapter 1, let's see. Let's see here. Well, I want that Malachi, that Obadiah. Let's see.